China and US agreed to South China Sea talks. Couple arrested for dumping newborn baby into the river. Good afternoon, you're watching News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi launched the Youth Social Innovation Platform, Activate, before a crowd of more than 5,000 youths at the 1M4U complex last night. Activate is a platform that incorporates the National Blue Ocean Strategy, or NBOS, and driven by 1M4U and the Malaysian Global Innovation and Creativity Centre, or MAGIC. Activate provides a base for youths to propose high-impact, creative and innovative projects to garner support from the public and to gather resources via a crowd-pledging format. In his speech, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid called on the younger generation to provide innovative and creative new ideas for implementing programs to foster national development and the well-being of the people.
InsyaAllah akan ada dukungan daripada pihak swasta, ada dukungan daripada pihak kerajaan sedikit sebanyak, tetapi yang penting idea yang baik, kreativiti yang baik akan didukung oleh swasta, oleh kerajaan dan oleh individu sebagai menghargai idea-idea yang datang daripada anak-anak muda.
Projects recognized by Activate with the potential of having a huge impact on society can receive a match fund of up to 50,000 ringgit on top of the crowd-sourced amount. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid yesterday visited PKR de facto leader Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, who is recuperating from surgery at the Kuala Lumpur hospital. The Deputy Prime Minister uploaded on social media a photograph of himself and his wife, Datin Sri Hamidah Khamis, taken during the visit. Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said the government will fulfill the jailed opposition leader's request to be treated by doctors of his choice as he recuperates from an operation on his long-standing shoulder injury. Datuk Sri Anwar had to undergo the operation to correct the shoulder injury he had long been carrying, which was aggravated after a road accident in Sri Hartamas in 2014. On Friday, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak and his wife, Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor, visited Datuk Sri Anwar at the hospital. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak is highly regarded by United States President Donald Trump as a trusted partner who is accorded serious attention, particularly on issues highlighted by Malaysia. The Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Anifah Aman said he came to this conclusion after observing the ease with which Trump engaged with the Prime Minister and the appreciation the former accorded to the Prime Minister at the recent ASEAN Summit and related summits in the Philippine city of Manila. Sharing his experience of the 31st ASEAN Summit and related summits with the media, Datuk Sri Anifah said Trump had words of praise for Datuk Sri Najib at the ASEAN-US dialogue held in conjunction with the summits. Trump gave the Prime Minister a pat on the back for what the former said was the outstanding role Malaysia played in coordinating the ASEAN-US dialogue. According to Datuk Sri Anifah, Trump said before all the leaders present that he and Datuk Sri Najib had been friends even before he became the US president. The Foreign Minister said Trump made the statement at the outset of the dialogue as he looked at all the ASEAN leaders present.
Trump ini dia berbeza daripada penglihatan saya. Trump ini dia very limited on politics. Dia begitu, orang kata, lokek sengat dengan perkataan-perkataan memuji pemimpin-pemimpin atau negara-negara. Tapi dia single out Malaysia dan mengatakan bahawa Najib is a good friend. Jadi saya lihat ada juga di antara pemimpin. Apabila dia bercakap seumpama itu, dia melihat dengan muka-muka pemimpin ASEAN yang lain. Macam dia tunjukkan bahawa, he's a good friend of mine. Yang seolah-olah yang lain itu dia belum kenal dengan begitu rapat sekali.
Datuk Sri Hanifa, who had been observing Trump closely since his campaign to become the US president, said he found Trump to be direct and straightforward, in keeping with his campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." He said that guided by that slogan at his maiden participation in the ASEAN-US dialogue, Trump stated his commitment to ASEAN interests and said he appreciated the ASEAN-US dialogue and sought mutually beneficial cooperation. Meanwhile, according to Datuk Sri Hanifa, China and the United States have agreed that talks should be started next year on the Code of Conduct, or COC, in the South China Sea to maintain peace and security in that vast expanse of waters. Now, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak had raised the issue of the South China Sea at the ASEAN-China Summit held in conjunction with the 31st ASEAN Summit and related summits in Manila recently. Datuk Sri Hanifa said the process to implement the COC must continue so as to maintain peace and stability, freedom of navigation and aviation in and over the South China Sea. The COC is a document on a code of conduct by ASEAN countries and China in the South China Sea. It is one of the elements agreed upon by the ASEAN countries and China by way of the Declaration on the Conduct, or DOC, of parties in the South China Sea towards realizing the COC. The COC framework was adopted in August during the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting. Now, a young couple has been detained to assist police investigations into the dumping of their newly born baby into the river. Segamat Police Chief Superintendent Raub Slamat said the lovers, aged 19 and 21, were believed to have thrown the newly born baby boy into Sungai Kenawa on Friday. And both suspects were held at the Segamat Hospital HDS emergency ward at about 4 a.m. on Saturday when they were seeking treatment. Superintendent Raub said a report was received from a hospital employee who was suspicious after finding the young woman, who appeared to have just delivered a baby and was bleeding heavily in her private part. According to Superintendent Raub, upon questioning, the male suspect, who worked at an auto spare part shop, admitted to putting the newly born baby into a plastic bag before dumping it into a river. He said the baby, who was about 6 months premature, is believed to have been born in the woman's family home in Paya Pulai Segamat before the boyfriend threw it into the river at about 11:15 p.m. on Friday. The police took the male suspect to the incident location at about 10 a.m. yesterday and managed to find the plastic bag floating near the river bank at about 4 p.m. The male suspect has been remanded for 4 days to assist investigations under Section 318 of the Penal Code. The female suspect is still warded at HDS. And that's it from us this afternoon. In a top story, China and the US agreed that South China Sea talks should start next year. We'll be back with more updates at 7 this evening. We leave you with visuals from the 16th Annual International Balloon Festival. Now, participants from 23 different countries gathered in the Mexican city of Leon to take part in the festival. More than 200 hot air balloons rose into the air on Friday, on the first day of the festival. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day ahead.